New Year's Eve 2024, what better way to do it than Adelaide Strikers versus Perth Scorchers at Adelaide Oval. Massive news coming out of Adelaide is that Matt Short won't play. Jake Weatherall recovered from his back spasm, so potentially a like-for-like sort of at the top of the order there. I always think back to Jake Weatherall's 100 in the Big Bash final a few years back, but no one can really replace Matt Short at the moment. He's a star of Australian cricket, a star for the Adelaide Strikers. So that's a big blow. Chris Lynn will probably step up, I'd say, into the captaincy role. I think would be a smart move. But again, I'll leave that to Tim Payne and the professionals. But they've been a good side, Adelaide Strikers. I really like what they've got and what they're about. Henry Thornton's he's got a bowling average of under 20, I believe, in the Big Bash, which is outstanding. Copped a little bit of a whack from the Hurricanes middle order the other day, but he'll be back. Lloyd Pope, I think Lloyd Pope's ready to play cricket for Australia. I really like him. I think his leg spin, I think he's one of these leg spinners that are in the comp that is doing really well. I'm really excited to see him go about work today, but what they're doing is they're taking on a Perth Scorchers team who are unbelievable. I did see that head-to-head, the Adelaide Strikers in Adelaide against Perth have been dominant, which is probably the head-to-heads. Perth Scorchers most likely dominate most teams in the competition, but head-to-head, the Adelaide Strikers have been a bit of a bogey team for the Perth Scorchers, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Cooper Connolly on top of the runs. He's outstanding batter, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's got. Josh Inglis should have been coming back into this game, but won't because of his calf strain, which is another hurt for the Scorchers. But Jai Richardson will come back in, which is an interesting one for me because they didn't allow him to play the other game when there was some injuries in the Aussie squad, and we know that Mitchell Starc after the Test match is feeling a little bit in the rib. So hopefully that's a good sign for the Australian stuff that Jai Richardson has been released to play this game. For me, it's Nick Hobson in the middle, who's been outstanding, coming in at the end and closing off innings, getting 10, 20 runs at the back end of innings, being outstanding. But for me, one of my favourite players in the Big Bash is Ashton Turner. So he just keeps turning up and doing the thing. So tonight, a huge way to bring in the 2025 as New Year's Eve game at the Adelaide Oval. I've got the Perth Scorchers to get it done in Adelaide, but I really think it's going to be a close game. The wicket is outstanding. Have a look at this belter. We got these pitches in just before. Absolute cracking wicket. I think it's one of the middle pitches as well, so shouldn't be too small of a boundary and should be some excellent cricket played. But I'm looking forward to it. Just again, massive news coming out is that Matt Short unavailable, but Jake Weatherall to come into the team. Listen on your ABC app or the Listener app or any ABC local radio stations you've got. The guys at the ABC are doing outstanding coverage. I love and listening to the different voices around the country. And again, I think Tommy Cooper and the team in Adelaide will take you there. So looking forward to watching this one. I'll be sitting on my deck having a glass of wine, watching the Big Bash. So Strikers and Perth Scorchers coming out from Adelaide.